Heyo, you're listening to Toasted Time, where I cook your time with some Reddit stories. Right now, you're being toasted with some r/TIFU, or Today I Fridge Up, where some days just suck a lot of D. Like the first story. Today I effed up by not telling my doctor how many Tic-Tacs I eat per day. So, I'm absolutely fridging obsessed with the fruit adventure flavor of Tic-Tacs. The flavor combined with the soft smush they make between your teeth when you chew them makes my brain very happy. And I've been buying them in bulk, where each container has about 200 candies each, and they can come in bulk packs of 12 containers. I tend to eat them by the handful while I'm working or gaming, so in a day I can easily slam through 1 to 2 containers. Now, keep in mind that on the nutrition label it says the serving size is 1 candy and is listed as having 0 calories, which I thought was awesome because I could have as many as I want. Over the past year, I found that I gained about 40 pounds and nothing about my eating habits had changed as far as I was aware. And I told my doctor about it and she was a bit worried. So she had me do a bunch of blood work to see if there was a reason why I gained so much weight in such a short period of time, and everything came back normal. So she referred me to a weight loss doctor who would also have me see a dietitian. I had been working with the dietitian for a few months now, and we have me keep a food log. I had a virtual visit with her today, and during it, I was fiddling around with an empty container to keep my hands busy, and she saw it and asked where I got such a large container from. So I told her about it and how I eat 1 to 2 of those per day. She asked why were those not on my food tracker, and I said it's because there's 0 calories, so they wouldn't count. And apparently I was very, very wrong about this. She explained to me that food companies can label something as being 0 calories if the food serving size contains 5 or less calories. In reality, each individual Tic Tac actually has about 2 calories, so essentially, since each container has about 200 pieces and I typically have 1 to 2 of those, I've been eating 400 to 800 calories per day of Tic Tacs, in addition to all the other food I've been eating, which is very likely why I've gained so much weight. TLDR, didn't realize that Tic Tacs weren't actually 0 calories and gained a ton of weight because I eat so many in a day. And then there's a funny comment section down below from your dad's username. He says, Tic Tacs are small enough to legally be labeled sugar-free even though they're almost pure sugar. And then someone below that says, bro ate 40 pounds of Tic Tacs. OP then made an edit down below saying, just wanted to clarify that I'm aware that sugar will in fact make you gain weight. I'm not that stupid, but I never actually read the product ingredients. I assumed they had been made with something like xylitol or some other artificial sweetener to make them 0 calories, so it never crossed my mind to check. Well, you should probably check anyways. Anywho, continuing on. And now, on with someone who fridged up their day by getting caught with a cucumber up their A. That's a weird 1.5, but on with the show. I have been with my girlfriend for about 4 years, living together for 2, and we have a pretty good S-life, but there are some things I want that she doesn't, and since this is an alt account, I'll just say it. Sometimes I like being pegged. I told her this exactly once about 6 months into our relationship. At first, she thought I was joking and just laughed at me, and when she realized that I was serious, she said it was weird and gross, and had absolutely no interest in it, and I haven't mentioned it since. I still have an old cucumber from a past relationship. My ex loved pegging. She was actually the one who convinced me to try it in the first place. And I still use it when I play with my chicken. Not every time, but most of the time. My girlfriend doesn't know I have it, and I intend to keep it that way. Not that I needed to hide it because she'd be upset, I knew she wouldn't be, but because it's fridging embarrassing, and I don't want her to know. Since we moved in together, I haven't been using it as often, which is fine because our life is still good, but when I have the place alone for a few hours, I use it. And to be clear, I'm definitely not fantasizing about my ex. That ship has sailed and sunk. I just watched Prawn, which we've both expressly agreed is completely fine, although neither of us does it often. Today, I was home alone, enjoying myself, and my girlfriend was supposed to be out for most of the day. But she ended up coming home early. She came in quietly, and I was being rather loud, so I didn't know she was home until she walked right into the bedroom. And when I saw her, I panicked, screamed, rolled off the bed, hit my head on the nightstand, and the cucumber fell out with a loud, wet plop. She started laughing louder than I've ever heard her laugh before, and she turned and left the apartment. No clue where she went or why she came back early at all. So now, a few hours later, I'm just sitting here with absolutely no idea what to do. I haven't texted or called, and she hasn't either. I can see on Life 360 that she's at the beach with some friends, like she was planning on. If her plans don't change again, she won't be back for another hour or two. I have absolutely no idea what will happen when she gets back, and I'm not sure if I even want to. I'm seriously considering going to a friend's house to hide from all this. Fridge my life. And then we watched the melodramatics unfold down below with a small update. I texted her, "Hey, when will you be home?" She responded, 10 minutes. Fridge, fridge, fridge. And then there was an even bigger update below that. She came home, we talked, she laughed because, in her words, "It sounded like you had 3 or 4 guys in there. I seriously thought I was about to bust a gay party." It was partly because of my reaction and partly relief that I wasn't doing anything actually wrong. She had completely forgotten that this was even something I was interested in because I only mentioned it once so long ago, and now she realized it's something I still want. She's willing to give it a shot. She doesn't promise to like it, but she promises to try, and that's way more than I expected. Honestly, I was just hoping she'd pretend it never happened. I would have been happy with that, so this is great. And for those who keep asking, no, I didn't keep going after she caught me. I have no idea where the cucumber went. It vanished. It better turn up because now I really need it. And then there is a final update below that. We tried it. She actually liked it. She didn't really realize what it was until we did it, and it's going to be pretty common now, looks like. And yes, we found the cucumber, and no, it wasn't hiding in my A. I would definitely have known. It just rolled under the dresser. And then down below, there's a very beautiful comment section that is just unfolding from this story. From Toretto, "She walked in on you during a private moment. This wasn't an actual act that she wasn't aware of. She just stated that she wasn't interested in participating. Try not to be too embarrassed. I'm fairly certain you will both look back on this in a few days and laugh about it together. And maybe it leads to opening her up a bit to some possibilities in the bedroom." To which OP then responded, "Logically, I know you're right, but getting caught fridging yourself isn't easy to move on." And then someone down below says something absolutely perfect. "So what? Early on I told my wife, I will support you, be faithful, and love you with all I can. But once in a while, I need to ram a giant cucumber up my ass. If that's too much for you, you are free to leave. And I've been together for the last 20 years with a great ex-life." And then down below that is how did the congregation react when you busted out that vow? And then below that is, "Do you take this man to love and to ram?" No way, bro. I would pay money to attend that ceremony. Oh, that's so dumb. Anywho, OP, that's a beautiful story. I'm dying laughing over here. Anywho, on with the next story. Holy crap. And for the final script today, we have Today I effed up sleeping with my sleeping girlfriend. That is an odd one. Anywho. Throwaway count. This happened 2 weeks ago, but it is still fresh in my mind 2 weeks later. For the record, this was not my idea. I like having S with people while they're wide awake. Period. However, my girlfriend got turned on by the thought of being used in her sleep. I have no idea what inspired her, but whatever she was imagining made her so excited that she wanted me to actually have S with her while she was asleep. It made no sense to me, and I struggled to understand how being sleep-fridged would be fun for the sleeper, but you know what? I was game, even though it was not really my thing. My primary objective was to wake up in the middle of the night and fridge my girlfriend who was sleeping peacefully. Despite what my girlfriend expected of me, I did not want to risk waking her up when it was time for me to do what had to be done. I was pacing up and down in stealth mode next to the bed before finally deciding to do what I was instructed to do. I focused on foreplay first, and my girlfriend was sleeping on her stomach, meaning that her butt was literally in my face during oral S, which was not a problem for me at first, until my nose unexpectedly became the victim of my girlfriend violently farting mid-sleep. It was like I triggered the ultimate A alarm, because the farts were somehow synced with my attempts to eat my girlfriend out. The smell was awful. I gagged like a Fear Factor contestant. To avoid using my mouth and repeatedly tasting invisible poop, I switched to fingering. And as soon as my fingers were all the way in, my girlfriend clenched her V like she was trying to death grip my fingers and then proceeding to freaking hiss in her sleep. Hiss like a feral cat. The hiss scared the bejesus out of me. I frantically pulled my finger out and asked my girlfriend if she was awake. My girlfriend said nothing. To my surprise, she was still asleep, which only boosted my anxiety because it was still all up to me to decide what to do next. If I was still gonna go through with the plan to have S, then the prone bone position had to be the way since she was still on her stomach. But if I gave up, call it quits, tapped out, then the gas grenades to my face and being hissed at by an unconscious human would be where my trauma ended for the night. I convinced myself that the S didn't have to be good, it could be quick. In and out. Mission accomplished. I carefully entered my girlfriend from behind and thrusted as gently as possible, and I was forced to abort the mission shortly after the first thrust because my girlfriend reacted to what was happening like she was waking up from the mother of all nightmares and reverse headbutted me as she raised her head from the pillow. I fell off the bed and broke my fall with my face. My girlfriend was so confused when she woke up that I had to awkwardly explain to her that I was in pain on the floor because she wanted me to fridge her in her sleep. She apologized and said she had a bad dream about a monster balloon that wanted to enter her body and explode into glitter inside of her. First and final time I sleep with someone sleeping. Holy crap. I have to say, that is the most bamboozling dream ever. She had a bad dream about a monster balloon, yeah, sure, that wanted to enter her body, yeah, sure, and explode into glitter inside of her, yeah, sure. Man, crazy coincidence that there was also a monster happening behind her in real life. Crazy. And then there is once again another beautiful comment section below that. I think she was faking being asleep and just wanted to fart on your face. 200 IQ move. plausible deniability. Then, when the time comes to break up, she'll be like, well, whatever, I farted in your face on purpose at one time, then walk away like the Joker. So way back when I was with my kid's other parent, they, for whatever reason, decided to pull their pants down and bare-ass fart in my direction. Close enough that I was able to punch their taint as they were bearing down to fart. They ended up crapping themselves. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation where a conscious person is farting in your face, taint punch them for the last laugh. It's only 9:38 a.m. I think that's enough Reddit for today. And I could not agree any more with that final comment. Holy crap, that is... What did I just read? What did I can only say what so many times. What did I read? That was so weird. I mean, isn't it crazy though that she was having, like, I mean, if the story is true, I'm going to assume it is, but isn't it crazy how she had a dream that was basically a one-for-one what was happening in real life, only difference was the term monster and glitter and balloon wanting to enter her body? Well, that's about it for those stories today, but if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to become a fellow breadbag. But aside from that, of course, I hope to see you in the next time toasting session. But until then, have a good one.